Every time you go to church now, all you hear is touch your neighbor and say push. Push, 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 push. I say stop pushing. Stop pushing. Stop pushing. I'm probably the only person that you've ever heard this from. Every time you go to church, touch your neighbor and say push. High five your neighbor and say push. Turn around 3 times and say push. Run around the church and say every time you go to the house of God, push, push, push. I'm probably the only person that you've ever heard say stop pushing. Stop pushing. You ain't got to push no more. God says, when God takes the labor out of your work, you don't have to push. My God. When labor is made easy, you don't have to push. My wife was giving birth to my first son. And there was a time when the doctors were saying to her, Beverly, push. Beverly, push. Beverly, push. Beverly, push. But she got to a certain place in giving birth where the doctors then said to her, stop pushing. Stop pushing. This is your stop pushing season. Don't push no more. I said, don't push no more. See, that mean when I said more, that means I mean what I said. I didn't say don't push no more, M-O-R-E. I said don't push no more, M-O. Don't push no more. That means I mean what. When my grandmother looked at us and said, don't do it no more, you listen, whatever you do, don't do it no more. Because she meant what she said. She ain't said don't do it anymore. She said, listen, don't do that no more. When grandmama would look at me and say, don't do that no more, I knew, you better stop. Y'all ain't listening. Don't push no more. My wife was giving birth to my first son. There was a certain segment where he said, push, 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 push. Then he looked at her and said, Beverly, stop pushing. Don't push no more. And he walked over to the table. Those of you in whom are nurses, doctorally educated, you know what I'm about to talk about. He walked over to a table and he grabbed an instrument that was called Forceps. He grabbed He grabbed an instrument. My God, I feel glory. Now something's kicking me in my back. He grabbed an instrument that was called Forceps. Looked like a pair of scissors, but they were round on the end. And he took the forceps. He put the forceps on my oldest seed, in whose name is Caleb. He put the forceps on Caleb's head. And he began to gently pull out what she could no longer push out. Y'all ain't saying nothing. You better catch this revelation now. The Holy Ghost is speaking. He began to pull out of her what she could no longer push out of her. I hear the Spirit of the Holy Ghost say, stop pushing, because I'm about to pull out of you what you can no longer push out of you. That's a revelation for somebody. You've been pushing for too long. I hear the Lord say, push no more, because I'm about to pull out of you what you no longer have the ability to push out of you. The doctor told her, stop pushing. Don't push no more, Beverly. Don't push anymore. And she laid down and relaxed. And he said to her, don't push anymore. Just relax. Listen, listen, listen to me. Hear the Holy Ghost. Don't push anymore. Just relax. You ain't gonna hear this nowhere else, because everywhere else you're gonna go now, folk gonna tell now, touch your neighbor and push. Tell your neighbor push. No, I hear the Lord say, don't push no more. Just relax, because I'm about to pull out of you what you do not have the ability and the dexterity to push out of you. He began to gently pull out of her what she was pregnant with, but yet couldn't push out of her. God's about to pull out of you what you're pregnant with, but yet you don't have the ability to push out of you. In the book of Isaiah, there's a verse of the Lord that says, the children have come to the birth, but they have no strength to bring forth. God is about to pull out of you what you no longer have the ability to push out of you, because you've pushed for too long. Stop pushing. Just relax. And I'm out of here. Now, don't put your hands on your neighbor, but put hands on yourself and say, stop pushing. Just relax. Because God's about to grab his spiritual forceps and gently pull out of you what you do not have the ability, nor the dexterity, nor the strength, nor the vigor to push out of you. God is about to do it for you.